Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about a potential blockbuster move that has NFL insiders buzzing, the possibility of the Seattle Seahawks trading for Denver Broncos star cornerback Patrick Surtain. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not just some rumor floating around. This is a serious storyline that could reshape the NFC West and send shockwaves through the league. The buzz picked up steam with reports from reputable sources like Adam Schefter, who mentioned that the Broncos, coming off a rough 4-13 season and in full rebuild mode, might be open to trading Surtain. And the reason? Well, Denver's trying to clear cap space and rebuild around their younger core, and moving Surtain could be a strategic move to accelerate that process. Imagine the Seahawks, already building a formidable secondary, adding a shutdown corner like Surtain. The potential impact is enormous. This isn't just about acquiring a talented player, it's about changing the entire complexion of the Seahawks' defense. Surtain, in case you haven't been paying close attention, is one of the most elite corners in the league right now. His skill set is perfectly suited for the Seahawks' aggressive man-to-man coverage schemes. Over the past few seasons, he's established himself as a lockdown defender, capable of neutralizing the best receivers the NFL has to offer. His instincts are razor-sharp, and his speed allows him to stay with even the fastest wideouts. Let's take a quick look at what Surtain has brought to the table in recent years. In 2025, he finished the season with 68 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 12 pass defenses. His metrics are off the charts with a coverage EPA of -0, 18 per snap, a 59% completion allowed rate, and only 29% missed tackles. His yards allowed per target sit at just 4.8 yards, and he's consistently been among the league's top cover corners, with a QB rating against of just 78. That's elite shutdown stuff. His career stats include 212 tackles, 15 interceptions, and 58 pass defenses, all while maintaining a PFF grade of 91. 2. A sign of his dominance in the secondary. For the Seahawks, adding Surtain would be a clear game changer. Their secondary in 2025 was solid, but exposed at times, especially in the passing game, giving up around 240 yards per game through the air. Their cap space was tight, but restructuring Witherspoon's deal could free up an additional $12 million, making a move like this feasible. The Seahawks already have a promising young star in Tariq Woolen, but Woolen has struggled at times, with a PFF grade of 72.5 and allowing over 8 yards per target. Surtain, on the other hand, would provide stability and elite coverage that could turn the Seahawks' secondary into a true lockdown unit, reminiscent of the legendary Legion of Boom days. What makes Surtain even more appealing is his consistency and durability. After battling some shoulder issues in 2024, he's been healthy in 2025, and his performance has only improved. The Seahawks, with their talented defensive coaching staff, could integrate him seamlessly into their scheme, elevating them to a new level of defensive excellence. His presence would be a huge boost against division rivals like the 49ers and RAMS, especially when facing quarterbacks like Stafford and Kyler Murray, who are known for their aerial attacks. This move has the potential to turn the Seahawks from a team that fought for a playoff spot into serious contenders. With the NFC West becoming more competitive, especially with the 49ers' continued dominance, the Seahawks need to make bold moves to keep pace. Adding Surtain would do exactly that. His ability to force turnovers, he's averaged about 8 interceptions per year over the last few seasons, and his capacity to reduce big plays could be the key to turning close games into wins, especially in the playoffs. Think about the impact of a Surtain-led secondary in high-pressure moments, similar to what Richard Sherman did during the Seahawks' Super Bowl run in 2013. And speaking of the Seahawks' recent history, their odds of making a deep playoff push are already improving this season. They're sitting with an 8-9 record in 2025, but showing flashes of the team that can compete with the best. Their defense needs that extra push to become elite, and Surtain could be the catalyst. His addition could boost their turnover rate by over 22%, significantly improving their chances in tight games. Plus, his proven ability to shut down top-tier receivers would make life much tougher for NFC West opponents, particularly in rematches like the Seahawks versus the 49ers, where turnovers and big plays often decide the outcome. From a strategic perspective, this trade aligns perfectly with the Seahawks, aimed to build a championship-winning team. They've demonstrated a willingness to make bold moves in recent years, trading for players like Jamal Adams and drafting stars like Woolen. Acquiring Surtain would be another step toward creating a defense that mirrors the legendary Legion of Boom era, but with a modern twist that focuses on speed, versatility, and ball-hawking instincts. It's a move that could elevate the entire team, giving Geno Smith and the offense more opportunities to score with a defense that's capable of creating turnovers and shutting down opponents' passing games. On the other side, the Broncos are resetting their roster after a tough season. Moving Surtain makes sense for them, especially since they're prioritizing rebuilding their offensive line and stockpiling draft assets for the future. The trade could include a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027, which would give Denver the cap flexibility and draft capital they need to develop their younger players and position themselves for a sustained rebuild. It's a smart move for the Broncos, who are clearly focused on building a competitive team for the long haul rather than chasing short-term success. The ripple effects of this potential trade could be huge. For the Seahawks, it signals a serious push into contender status. Their fan base has been eager for a return to the glory days, and adding a player like Surtain could be the missing piece to finally bring another Super Bowl to Seattle. For the Broncos, it's about laying the groundwork for a future that's built on youth and solid foundational pieces. Trading Surtain could be a strategic reset, allowing them to focus on developing other young stars and building a more balanced team. Looking ahead, if this trade does happen, it would set off a chain reaction across the league. Other NFC West teams would have to respond, and the Seahawks, division rivals, would be forced to adapt their strategies. It could also shift the landscape of the NFC playoff race, giving the Seahawks a serious edge in both the regular season and the postseason. Fans should be excited because moves like this don't happen every day, and they could be the start of a new chapter for Seattle, one filled with hope, excitement, and the chance to once again raise that Lombardi trophy. Of course, as always, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. There are questions about whether a trade like this could happen, what the cost would be, and how Surtain himself would fit into the Seahawks' defensive scheme. But the potential is undeniable. Adding a player of Surtain's caliber would send a message to the entire league that the Seahawks are serious about competing now and in the future. It would show that they're willing to make bold moves, invest in their defense, and finally take that next step toward becoming a true championship contender once again. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Would you love to see Surtain in Seahawks green and blue? Do you think it's a move that could put them over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in this together and the best is yet to come. Let's keep that passion alive, go Seahawks.